I need to do an announcement for a Success Club because that's freaking amazing too. Gosh, so much to talk about tonight. All right, so Success Club for the month. First, I'm going to start with Team Flower City Fit. I just gotta look it up on Facebook. You can't forget everything because this month has just been insane. All right, so the two girls that have hit their non-negotiable for April already, and it's barely over the middle of April, is Sarah with Success Club 6 and 3 new coaches, and Paige with Success Club 6. And then on the board is Jess with Success Club 4 and 2 new coaches, Emmy, Success Club 4 and 1 new coach, and then Nicole with Success Club 4. And for my team, holy crap, like when I did this leaderboard today, I was like, what? I've never seen it this big. Okay, so Chelsey at the top of the board with SC 16 and 5 new coaches. Guys, that's like a Success Club point per day, basically, for the month. I'm at Success Club 10 with 4 new coaches. Leah, who hit her non-negotiable, SC 8 with 3 new coaches. Mandy, SC 6 with 3 new coaches. Sorry. And then on the board for my team is Leah with SC4, Sarah with SC2 and 1 new coach, Kaylee with SC2 and 1 new coach, Jenna SC2 with 1 new coach, Allie SC2 with 1 new coach, my husband SC2. All right, woo, 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 way to go, girls, so freaking proud of you. All right, now go ahead, Sarah.
Our teams are blowing up. This is amazing. Also, SC16, damn Chelsey. All right, so like Nicole said, we made a presentation just to kind of go through each thing. I'm a total visual person, so I feel like it was fun to make this for our call tonight. Chelsey, do you want me to just share it?
Yeah.
Okay, let me figure out how to do it. Hold on 1 second, guys. It's not working. There we go. Okay, share. Can you see?
No.
No.
Nope.
I made you host now. Try again.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, cool. All right, I'm gonna make it full screen. There's our beautiful faces. I don't know about you, but I just love like an intro slide. I'm all about that life, and we just love to share a cute photo of us. Okay, so first things first, we're gonna go over just a little bit about each of us so that you can get to know each of us. I know people on Flower City Fit, but I don't necessarily know every single person on Strong and Sassy Fit. So I'm just gonna talk a little bit about me. So for those of you that don't know, my name is Sarah. I am married. My husband and I are high school sweethearts, and we've actually been together for 12 years. We just purchased our first home last year. We also have a rescue puppy named Sadie. She is all the way from Tennessee, and we live in New Jersey right now. I am a visual production manager / designer for the Children's Place. It's a children's clothing company. Currently furloughed. It's a temporary unemployment, so super thankful for coaching, especially right now.
Can you do that anywhere else where you're not visible or no?
During this time. But now I'm going to go into kind of like my background with Beachbody and coaching in general. So I was introduced to Beachbody in 2012. If someone's running it.
Because she wants to know what you're inside.
Mute everybody. Mute all. Does that work?
I think so.
Okay. So I was introduced to Beachbody back in 2012. I actually had gotten to college and gained a significant amount of weight. Sorry, I can't concentrate when I hear somebody else talking. I'm hitting mute all, but it's not working. Can everybody please mute their their call. Make sure you're muted. Awesome. Thank you. Oh. Okay. This is going crazy right now. Now I can concentrate. So I had gained a significant amount of weight, and I had tried going to the gym and doing all these different things, and nothing was working for me, and I was feeling super frustrated. And I actually, around New Year's, saw a commercial for Insanity. And that was my very first program. It was on DVD, and my husband and I actually completed each of the workouts in my dorm room. And ever since then, I haven't stopped doing the workouts. I did multiple programs on just DVDs. And then once they released Beachbody On Demand, I was all freaking for it. I absolutely love it. I have a crazy busy schedule right now. Well, not right now, but while I was working, I was gone for 12 hours a day. And even when I was in college or anything like that, like these workouts have always fit perfectly into my life. So that's why I started coaching. So I actually had done these programs without even knowing coaching or boot camps or anything existed until last year. So I started following my coach. I found her on Instagram, and I started watching glimpses into coaching. And I was like, no, I definitely don't think I can do this. I had so many hesitations with it. I was like, first of all, nobody is going to want to follow me. Nobody's going to want to be on my team. This isn't going to work. I'm an Enneagram 2, so I'm a helper through and through. I love helping people, but I'm also a super people pleaser. So I care what people think so much. So becoming a coach was really scary for me. But at the time, I was actually reading a personal development book because I saw the coaches reading personal development. And I was like, let me just read this. So I was actually reading Girl, Stop Apologizing. And the thought of coaching kept coming back into my head. And I was like, I was made to do this. I have to do this. I have to do this. And I finally was like, you know what? I'm going to do it. So I talked to my husband, and my husband was like, you know what? If this keeps popping into the back of your head and you feel so passionate and so strong about it, which it didn't sound anything like me to start coaching and being on social media and sharing my story. That is like the complete opposite of what anyone thought I would be doing. But I just felt like it was something that I really, really needed to do. So last May, I finally said yes to Emmy. I know she reached out to me so many times. I participated in so many glimpses into coaching. I was like, nah, not for me. So I finally said yes last May. And then 5 months later, I hit Diamond. So that's a little bit about my story. Yes.
So for those of you that don't know me, I am Chelsey. I am under Nicole's team. I'm a full-time dental assistant, soon to be cop wife, which is just kind of funny because I've actually been like a part of Jordan's whole like cop career. Basically, we are high school sweethearts. So when he decided to be a cop, I was there for that whole like schooling and all the late nights, and him only getting like 4 hours of sleep, and me just having to like be his rock for that time. So I basically am the cop wife, but we're just not married yet. We're getting married next September. I am a dog mom to Ellie. She is my like sweetest sweetheart. We got her for free actually through my cousin. Jordan actually didn't want her at first. He's like, I want purebred, blah, blah, blah. And as she's like 90% purebred, she's just the love of our life. I love her so much. We live in Minnesota, so kind of far away from Sarah. So it's cool to be able to connect with her and just see like the difference between both of our worlds, but like how it's so similar in the same way. I do have 3 jobs. I'm a full-time dental assistant, not right now, just like Sarah, I am furloughed. Return date is to be determined. I also work at the hospital as an operator, register patients into the emergency room, answer phone calls, do all that jazz. It's just kind of fun to have like a little weekend thing because Jordan works every other weekend. And if I didn't work every other weekend, I'd probably spend way too much money going out shopping or getting my nails done or just something unproductive. And then I'm also a coach, obviously. Love the outdoors. A lot of people don't know that about me. Like I am a total like hunter, fisher, just get me outside type of girl, but I can also be pretty girly. Just kind of fun to have those 2 different aspects. I started my Beachbody journey in January of last year. I kind of have prior experience to that. My friend shared her Beachbody On Demand app with me, and I would just do like the 21-day fix. I think I was like in love with Pilates Day, and I do it like once every week or something just because it was so fun. And then I think it was probably summer of 2018, my friend sent me Nicole's Facebook page and was like, girl, this is like your twin. Like, she has so many things that are just like you. So I started following her on Instagram because she had like, go check out my Instagram. So I was on Instagram, and then like I followed her for a little bit, and then I stopped following her, and then I followed her again. And then she had invited me to a few things, and I was like, nah, it's not for me. It's not my thing. And then I was actually working at the hospital, and it was the new year, when people start like their New Year's resolutions, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to sign up. And I only signed up with the Beachbody On Demand, like the 12-month thing. I did 21-day fix, and I just planned on stopping after that. Like, I didn't really want to do any more than that, but Nicole had posted about one of her boot camps, and that like you would have like all the accountability, and if I signed up, I got a free headband. So, I'm all about the free stuff, and who doesn't like the headbands? So I officially like started coaching right away. I just signed up as a discount coach because when Nicole sent me the Energize samples, like I fell in love right away. Like I was like trying to figure out how to make the packets last me. She only sent me 3, and I was like, okay, if I only use a half of one, but I really, really like it. So what if I just used them right away? And then I was like, I'm going to order Energize as soon as I get my load of Energize. And then that's why I was like, well, it makes sense to become a discount coach if I'm going to keep ordering Energize. I hit diamond of that year in July, just because we'll talk about that later actually. I was sick of like not feeling my like self. Once being in a relationship, and I'm sure a lot of you can attest to this, like you get that relationship weight, you become comfortable, you're going out on date nights all the time. It's just easier to go out to eat and not like eat at the other person's house, because that can be weird. So after a while, I think we were dating for about 3 years, I just felt like not me. Like I remember going to American Eagle, trying on a pair of new skinny jeans, because who doesn't like American Eagle jeggings? And I had to go up 2 sizes, and I was like, this is it. Like I started like try to do at home free workouts, and I just didn't like who I was. I didn't like who I seen. I blamed it on my parents because they are super unhealthy eaters. Like could go to my dad's house right now and there'd be Pop-Tarts, Little Debbie's, cereal, like pop, like all the things. And of course, like I was my own person, but I just like didn't want to like be mean to my parents and buy different food basically. I always had the excuse that I didn't have enough time. Like I have 3 jobs. A lot of that before we bought our house last year, I was working probably 16 to 18 hour days just to get enough money to be able to like comfortably move into our house and not feel so stressed. So I always said I didn't have enough time, and I was an introvert. Like being like introduced to new people, I was like, no, like I just want to be this little person in the corner, don't even talk to me, don't even notice I'm here, like any of that. So I didn't want to join it because of I hated talking to people and trying to sell my product. Next.
So the first question that you guys had asked us was, what catapulted your success? Which I think is a really cool question. But I think that it starts out with like, what is your why? So when I joined the team and became a coach, I had originally just done it because I wanted to just share something that I love. So I feel like I use this analogy all the time, and it's easy for everyone to relate to. When you go to a good restaurant and you absolutely love it, you share it with a friend, right? You find a new makeup brand that you love, you tell your best friend, you watch a new TV show, anything like that. Like that's something that you share with people because you love it. Well, that's what Beachbody has always been for me. It's something that completely changed my life. I had lost so much weight. It's been the perfect thing that fit into my life. And it was just easy to talk about. So me being gone from home for 12 hours a day made me realize that I actually have a different why. And my why is that when my husband and I want to start having a family, I don't want to be gone for 12 hours a day. And I see Nicole at home with Clara, And that is my dream. And for the longest time, I'm like, oh, hell no. I definitely don't want to be a stay-at-home mom. I will go insane. I will be bored out of my mind. Not bored because babies aren't busy, but I just need something. And then when coaching came into my life, I was like, oh, golden. This is literally perfect for me. I could stay home with my family, be involved, be around, and not be gone. Like I left my house at like 6:45 and got home at 7:30. And it was like, I could not imagine just kissing my baby goodbye and coming home, and I just couldn't picture that life. So I was like, well, that's my why. There's no plan B for me. I mean, you hear that all the time. If there's no plan B, just keep pushing. So that was my why. I was part of a push group for Diamond. And during that push group, I hit Diamond at the end of that. And it kind of made me realize that I didn't think I was a competitive person, but when I had it in my head that I wanted to hit this goal, I was like, you know what, I'm going for it. I'm giving it my all. And at the time being at work, I manage a whole team at work. So I'm very busy. And during the day, I had a lot of bathroom breaks to go finish reaching out to people. And Emmy says this all the time too. When she was pushing for Diamond, she was working too. And I just made it work. And you just make it work because it's what you want. And I would do it on the train. I have a 2-hour train ride to work and a 2-hour train ride home. And I spent that time in Power Pockets, working my business and just pushing because there was no other option for me. And the other thing that helped was having Chelsey. When I first joined Beachbody and I became a coach, I didn't know Chelsey, and she reached out to me. She IM'd me. I heard she asked Nicole first if she could be my friend because we're not on the same team. But honestly, pushing with her and having a success partner that's pushing for the same goals as you makes it so much better, because hitting Diamond is a roller coaster. And I know that so many of you can say that, the ups and downs and the twists and turns and the emotions that happen while you're trying to push for these goals is insane. One day you're going up, 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 and then the next day something happens, and it's tough. It is tough. But I felt like having somebody else to kind of bounce off these emotions with really, really helped. And now I know that Diamond thing that looked so crazy to me, that looked so far off, is not as far off when you break it down and you just do it with somebody and you realize that you can do whatever you set your mind to. So that is what catapulted my success, having somebody to do it with, having a push group, knowing that there's no plan B, and just remembering your why. Remember why you really started and why you're doing this. And sometimes that can kind of get a little foggy when you're pushing for this goal, but just go back and remember why you started.
So what catapulted my success is I've learned that I am a competitor. I know you probably see a lot of me like always checking into something just to win. Like even if it was like an award, like, yay, you did it. Like I'd be like, yeah, I'm the one that won. Like that's just me. And like it says, Jordan, blame that on being an only child, which I'm not. I have a sister, but she is 16 years older than me. But by the time, like, you know, my parents were playing board games with me, like, oh yeah, Chell, you won. And then, you know, you get all happy. So like from that, I just want to be like the one that's winning, the incentive getter, like just go and get it. I used to be still kind of in, like I said, incentive driven. It's nice to know like in the end that you're going to get a reward for it. But now stepping back to like more recently actually seeing success from other people that I have asked to join me has been like a huge, I'm getting goosebumps talking about that. That's just been like really huge for me lately, is plugging into my team and just seeing like all of their success. And that's what kind of catapulted my success. When I was able to plug more into them, it showed on the long run that they were having fun and they were enjoying what they were doing. And you don't even have to be like, yeah, I'm a diamond coach, but honestly, like if I would have known this back when I was an emerald, or even just had one person under me, just like plugging all I could into that one person would have just like changed my like whole mindset on why I should hit diamond and how to hit diamond. It shouldn't have been about like the incentive or going to get something. It should have been about like, you know, helping this person change their life and realize what I'm seeing in this journey too. It's not just about the fitness or the health and all that. Like, I have made so many friendships, and I have just, this community is overwhelming. I remember sitting on my first team call, like thinking that will never be me. How could I even like talk to one of these top coaches? And here I am the other day messaging Amy Bailey. Like, what? Like, if you set your mind to something, you can get it, you guys. Like, I didn't even have this in my slide, but I was just thinking about my vision board. Making these vision boards, I've made them 2 years in a row now, and I was writing stuff down, and I was like, yeah, right. You know, like, this is never going to happen. This can't be me. But if we want to go through my vision board, I have checked off probably 7 of the 10 things I have up there, and not even realizing it. Like, I just didn't even acknowledge the fact that I was checking these things off, but it just happened. So making your vision board is a must. Participation. They give us all the materials to do the thing. You just got to participate and do it. I know Nicole in our group posts a lot of stuff that, you know, like our April, actually Emmy has this too, our April coach challenge, posting a photo. It's all written out there, you guys. You just have to do the work, and the success will come. You can even, like, I scrolled back on my Instagram today just to see like where I was a year ago. I had like 5 people liking my stuff and commenting, and it was the same 5 people and the people I already had on my team. And now I am way up because I've consistently showed up every single day, whether it be 1 like or 500 likes, whatever it is. If you consistently show up every day, that will catapult your success. And finding your people. At the beginning, I think I was too overwhelmed with just going out and inviting everybody, basically, until like I really sat down, wrote down my list of things like dog mom, outdoor lover, dental assistant, I don't know, introvert, writing those stuff down, and then finding people that are similar to that, then they can relate to you. And then you connect on more than just like the wanting to help them stage. You connect on like the emotional stage of being with them too.
Cool. Okay, so what makes your business work? There's a lot of things that go into making your business work, but I think that the first 2 most important things is continuing to show up for yourself every day. You can't pour into others, and you can't make your business work until you're giving yourself the care that you need and putting the time into taking care of yourself. So showing up consistently and sharing that with everybody else. So you see both Chelsey and I on our stories every single day, whether it's very similar things every day, but people continue to see us showing up for ourselves and our health continuously. And what that does is that builds a certain amount of trust. So they know, watching us, that this works for us, and we're going to be around for the long run, and we're going to continue to show up for ourselves and for other people. The 4 vital behaviors, this is back to basics. You guys hear this in almost every single training, but it's because it works. Being proof of the product. I know Chelsey and I are, and all of us, with the 10 rounds program, we're pushing hard for those results. Why? Because we want to feel great, but we also want people to see that it works. So many people are so hesitant when it comes to at-home workouts, which I think this whole quarantine thing is definitely helping, and people are having an open mind when it comes to at-home workouts. But a lot of people still don't think that working out at home can get you results. So getting results, connecting and inviting. This is the part that a lot of people don't enjoy doing, but this is a income producing action. This is going to get you the income. This is going to get you to build your team. This is going to help you so much in your business. And I've actually found that now that I've kind of gone through a lot of my warm market, I'm building relationships with my cold market, with my cold market. So that's kind of tougher, and that's a little a different approach. So I've been trying to spend a lot of time connecting with people and finding my people, which takes time. It's not something that happens quick at all. And I think that you need to spend a good significant amount of time following people, finding things to connect with people, and trying to be authentic and real with them and not just sending, hey, you want to join my boot camp? I know that that works sometimes, but for me personally, it's connecting and building friendships so that you build trust with them. And then when you come out and say, hey, I'm doing this boot camp, would you want to join? They don't feel like it's so cold. Getting people results as well. Putting the time into your team, like Chelsey said, putting time into your team, giving them the tools that they need, and getting them results. This helps me so much. I think that both Chelsey and I have learned a lot in the past couple months about really pushing and putting time into our own teams. When you put time into your team, and we have spent a ton of time, even with our other success partners, making sure that the Fit Club is freaking bomb. I'm not gonna lie, the Fit Club is blown up, and we are both seeing so much success for that. Why? Because we're spending so much time making a great place for people to show up every single day, and then they share that with other people. And they show that they are enjoying this and that this is a place that they love and this is what's getting them results because they're staying consistent. So I feel like we're seeing so much success just by putting a lot of time into our current coaches and our current clients. They could be discount coaches, they could be actively coaching, or they could just be clients. I have one woman on my team that is just a client, and she has sent 4 people my way because she is loving it so much. So I think spending a lot of time doing that and getting people results. The other thing is not giving up when things get tough. So what is today? Today is the 19th. I went 17 days this month without getting one yes. Then yesterday at 6 o'clock at night, I got my first yes, and today I got 2 other yeses. So I hit Success Club and got 3 coaches. Why? Because I didn't give up when things got tough. And I've learned that remembering how it feels when I get those yeses and the excitement that I get in return. I signed someone up yesterday and they were like, oh my God, I'm so excited. I finally took the chance and said yes. 2 of those women I reached out to a year ago. And then I reached out to them the next month and the next month and the next month. And I'm sorry, I might be annoying, but now they signed up and they reached out to me and they said, hey, I'm finally ready. I'm really sorry. And I said, don't be sorry. You need to sign up when you're ready and when you feel comfortable. And they jumped in and they're freaking pumped. And then guess what? I'm freaking pumped. And it makes me so happy. And that is why when you're having a tough time and you get no, remember that you're not just trying to sell something, you're trying to change lives. And remember how it feels when somebody says yes. And remember how it feels when somebody says, oh my God, I completed my first program. Oh my God, I just got results. You know, that feeling is what you need to remember when things get tough. So yeah, I'm a diamond coach. Yeah, I feel like I'm super successful, but I just waited 17 days to get my first yes, and I didn't stop and think, ugh, that's it. I'm done. I'm checked out. I didn't get it. So keep trying and don't forget why you started. Taking action after team calls. I feel like I've heard this after 1,000 team calls. Don't just listen to the call and go, oh, that was great, I took notes, and then not do anything. Figure out how those calls can work for you. You're not going to necessarily take the advice from every single thing, but figure out how it can work for you in your business and go with it. Having success partners, I said this before, I have a full group of success partners and we freaking rock it together. We show up day in and day out, not only for our health and each other and showing up for ourselves, but we also help support each other. So when we add new women to the team, we all cheer each other on. We just did a partner challenge in our Fit Club, and we were not a partner challenge, a March Madness challenge. And we actually got to be the team leaders for women that weren't even on our team. And it got us to be able to build relationships with other women on our team. Rebecca Treader loved being on your team. Absolutely love that. And I feel like it just helps so much that we're really in this together. And Chelsey, me, Mandy, Ali, Leah, we're not competing with each other. We're all in this together, and the same as Nicole and Emmy. Like, we want to do this together and combine our forces and make a bomb-ass team together. So Focusing on your team, I said that, but another thing is recognition. I love recognizing people, and I know Chelsey does too. Throwing that on my story, putting stuff in our Fit Club, calling people out. Chelsey told me about doing like a leaderboard in her team page, so I started doing a leaderboard in my team page for top challengers. They love that. So like I said, putting time into your team and recognizing them helps you in the end. And then the last thing that makes my business work is being myself, which seemed so crazy and so weird to me to just be me, because you see all these top coaches, you're like, ooh, maybe I should be more like them. But you know what makes people like you is just being you and being authentic. And yes, I mess up on my stories. Yes, sometimes I look like I just roll out of bed. And the craziest thing is the fact that I hop on my stories with no makeup on when I love putting makeup on. But just being authentic and real, and people can relate to you, makes people feel like they can be part of your team too. And I'm not some crazy top coach that, you know, they can't relate to. I'm going to be there for them, and they can relate to my story. So be you always.
I will also touch on the consistency. I think showing up every single day is a huge thing. Doesn't matter if I'm not working out that day or whatever I'm doing. If you just pop in and say, hey, like, having a busy day, whatever, talk to you later. Just people seeing you show up every day makes them realize that they could probably show up for their day too. Being proof of the product, kind of like Sarah said, but like, I don't know what the word is for it, like dropping it in there, but not saying like, hey, this is my Beachbody Energize. It makes me so alive. What I like to do is, I actually learned this off of a team call once. It was from Jatana Jackson. She gets up in the morning, like no makeup, just like all droggy, like walking into her room. And then she shows like she's pouring her Energize, cool, drinks her Energize. And then she's just like freaking rocking it. But not once in there is the Beachbody name dropped or Energize. If you haven't realized, that's why we call it Liquid Gold, Mama Magic Juice, Go-Go Juice, like Dog Mom Fuel, like all these things. Like, you want people to be curious about what you're drinking and what makes your morning so great. That I've had, where was I going with that? Like I said before, plugging into my team. More recently, I've had the time to do this. Like it says over on the other side, changing times, pandemic. I had decided once I was told that I would no longer be going to work full time until an unknown date, that I was ready to plug into coaching. And a year ago, if this would have happened, I would have been like, maybe, like, I don't know. But now that I see what is out there for me, like, I just love it. And it's been so fun being able just to watch like my team, like their team skyrocket lately. Like, that is just like mind blowing to me that I'd helped one girl that helped another girl that's now helping. Like, it makes you just feel so cool in the inside. And it's not just about like the excelling part, but just like how many lives you're changing beyond what your team is. And putting all the time into it now, like, since I don't have a full-time job now, I am plugging 4 a.m. to like 6 p.m. into coaching. And that is because the time that I spend now will reflect on the time that I have to spend on it later. Not showing up as often or as much, just because like I put all the hard work in now, and then later down the road, it'll be easier for me to like put in the time. When I was working full-time, which I will be again soon, I would still get up 2 hours prior to what I had to work. I would plug into myself, do my personal development, go work out. After that, I'd make all my stories for the day. I pre-save them in my camera roll. So just when I go on like a quick 15-minute bathroom break, which who takes a 15-minute bathroom break, you just post your stuff real quick, check in with a few people, go back to work. Then lunch break would come. I'd have more stuff that I'd post. And then at the end of the day, I'd come home. And typically, I like to spend a little bit of time with Jordan when I get home. So then I probably wouldn't post until like I go to bed. Just having that all written out for you and spending as much time as you can on it right away is just gonna help you in the long run. Doing reach outs. I know obviously hitting SC16 this month, mind blowing. Why did the screen change?
I don't know.
It's because 1 year ago when I was listening to team calls and I was told to do reach outs and I was like, what the heck? I do not want to reach out at people I don't know. And I kept continually reaching out to them a month after month or week or day or whatever it was for this whole year. And then following up with them. That's where all my success is coming from this month. It's not because like I talked to one girl one time and now she's ready to join. No. Every single Success Club point from this month is because I talked to somebody a year ago. Not one of them is just like oh, hey, I saw you post on Instagram today. Can I join your group? No, it was all from everything that has come up and led to this point in time. Doing your reach outs every day, following up with people. I know it's probably written somewhere. Follow-ups are the fortune. Like, seriously, people, think about your journey. Like, it took me 7 months to finally follow or join Nicole. And like a few of my girls, I know a lot of them actually, it's been over a year or whatever it may be. The fortune will always be in the follow-up. A no is not no. It's just not right now. So you never know that person's mental state or whatever it may be. Like, they see you consistently showing up and then they have the faith and trust in you because look at what you have accomplished. So now they are ready to follow you and be with you and be a part of your team. Sharing your every day, I touched on that, and plugging into the community. Like Sarah said, we have a group of like 5 or 6 girls, and if you really want to know all the work that we put into our ongoing fit club, it is crazy, but we do it because we love it, and we can see everybody skyrocket from that as well. Like, I have so many people message me saying that, oh, I love what we're doing this month. It makes me want to show up, and that's why we plug like literally hours a week into this, just to make it so you guys are going to want to like, or do it for your team. So they're going to want to show up, to want to be there, to not like, I guess this is like a squirrel brain, but if you're just doing this alone and you don't show up, who's going to know? Like, now if you have your partner challenge or you're a part of a group and you don't show up, guess what? You're getting called out, and it's not just by one person, it's by the entire team, because we want you to realize how freaking amazing this is going to be in the long run.
Okay. I love it. Squirrel brain. I feel like that's this whole call. I'm like, oh, I just thought about something else. Okay. You guys asked us, what is the most challenging? And I feel like I kind of touched on this myself, but when we were first planning this call, I straight up said to Emmy and Nicole, I kind of feel weird doing this call because I haven't even gotten Success Club yet. And I turned that feeling of defeat into something that was going to make me push even harder. So you can be any type of coach and have a bad month. That is okay. Like, that doesn't mean you are a bad coach. This is tough. This is not easy. And like Chelsey said, like, you're going to get a lot of no's, but for every 10 no's, there's going to be 1 yes. Like, you just have to keep pushing through and not let the tougher months get you down. I have had the same thing. Most of the people that I sign up, if not all of them, are not yeses right away. I also did not say yes right away, and I was already part of the Beachbody community at that point for 7 years, and I didn't say yes right away, even though I knew in the back of my mind I kind of was interested in doing this. But it's important to let people realize the benefits of this community. So you have to just keep pushing past those no's. Don't feel annoying for reaching back out to somebody that said no, because their situation can change. You have to also realize that you can't make the decision for people. I said this the other day to Nicole and Emmy when we were talking about this call, and I find myself so often scrolling through Instagram and figuring out which people to follow. And some of them I'm like, oh, she's so pretty. She's not going to want to be on my team. I shouldn't follow her. And then I'm like, she's super fit. She won't need this. I don't want to follow her. And then I'm like, wait a second. She might want this. She might want to be part of this community, and she might need this in her life. So I'm not going to make that decision for her. I'm going to reach out to her. I'm going to build that connection with her. And if she wants that in return, she'll say yes, or she'll be part of this, or she'll ask for more information. So stop right now. Stop making decisions for people, and don't feel bad about reaching out, because like I said, you're sharing something that you love, and you're doing it from a place of love, and you're caring about what you're doing. So don't feel weird about it. Just follow them, reach out to them. You don't know their situation. And how to overcome this. So tough months. Every single time I've told Emmy I'm having a really bad month, nothing is working for me. I am doing everything I'm supposed to be doing. I don't understand why. She goes, have you been reading your personal development? I'm like, nope. And she's like, Sarah, read the personal development. So while I was working, if I didn't have time to read a book, I threw on a podcast or something like that, because that mean girl, just like the same mean girl that said I couldn't become a coach or I couldn't be a successful coach, pops right back into my head and says, Sarah, you suck at this. You can't do this. You're not going to hit Success Club. Nobody wants to be a part of your team. And once you start reading that personal development and putting that fire back in you and remembering why you started, that's why personal development is so important. Keep pushing. I just said that. No's aren't no's forever. So remember, the person that said no, I know Jess just wrote in the comments, Jess is now part of my team and she hit Emerald last week. Guess how many times I reached out to Jess? A couple times. And guess what? Now she's part of the team. She's building a team of her own and she's running with me. She is so excited. She's getting results of her own. She's got her future hubby, who's now Coach Alec. He's running the business with us. I hope he's listening right now. But that's the thing, is that you don't know. You don't know, and just keep reaching out. And that person could be the top coach on your team. Hey, Jess, top coach on my team.
So my most challenging things is definitely my inner mean girl, the one girl that tells you you're not worthy of this, that you can't do this, that you'll never be like her. I get this all the time. I still get this. I wake up in the morning like, is it really worth it? And then I put one foot out and the other foot out and I do it. Like, you have to overcome that. And I recommend this book to all my girls. I send it usually as like one of their first like gift books, I guess. It's Mastering Your Inner Mean Girl. It speaks so many truths, because like, you're not the only one that's experiencing that. You're not the only one that's feeling like you are not worthy of this. You're not the only one that's feeling that you can't do something that Nicole does, that Amy does, that Jamie does. You can. You just tell yourself that you can't. And once you overcome that mindset of that, and trust me, it's hard. I still have some thoughts like that, but building myself better every day is helping me master her in the inside. Like looking in the mirror and not saying like, girl, look at that roll. It's like, dang, look at this. Like, you have worked so far or hard to come how far you've come. No support. I had zero support with this at first. Actually, I had some very doubtful thoughts in the beginning. I talked to Nicole about it a lot. Like most of you know, Jordan is in law enforcement, and that is a very hard community to become a part of. It is a very judgmental community, and a lot of them were talking to him about, oh my God, what is she doing? Why does she post a video every day? This is stupid. This is ridiculous. Now, more often, I have a lot of his, I wouldn't say like coworkers, but their wives are like reaching out to me, like asking me like, hey, I see you like showing up. You look great. This is amazing. Like, just sticking through that time where you have no support, because it's an MLM. Everybody doesn't believe in them. But once you show them that you can do this, that you can skyrocket from that, you wouldn't believe the support you'd get. It's because too many people are stuck in their comfort zone and they don't want to overcome that. It's so easy to ride out the place that you know where it'll be safe. But once you overcome that, jump over that hurdle, the places you will go is insane. You will just have like all the feels from it. Lots of hate. Most recently on Instagram, after building some relationships with people that I thought were fine, because my approach on reaching out to people lately has been building it off of a relationship based. I found a bunch of people after I got engaged. I was recently engaged, so I wanted to find people that had that similar attribute, because a lot of people want to sweat for the wedding. I'd talk to them, see them watching my stories. I'd reach out and they'd be like, oh, that's what this is all about. Oh, you don't even want to make a relationship with me. You just want my money. And it's like, people just have that mindset within them because that's what they're told and taught from other things. And it's hard to get over that. But the only way I think to keep getting over that is just thinking about your journey and keep plugging on. When you show up, they will see like, oh, well, maybe it's not just her, like, trying to get me a part of her business. Like, you keep showing about the community, you keep showing about how amazing of the friendships you've made, about your results from at home. And then they'll realize that it's more than just like getting the money from them. We're like trying to show them what this is really about. And I can attest to that. Like, I thought my first couple of team calls, I was like, no, this is whatever. Like, this isn't going to amount to anything. Like, I'm just going to work out. I love these workouts. They're amazing. And that's it. But once I like actually started like plugging myself into the community, into the team, like, mind blowing things, guys. So keep pushing, go into the team, plug in, and just keep rocking it. Don't let your mean girl talk to you. Don't make the no support like make you back down, because we are your supporters. We will be there for you. If you ever feel alone, you ever feel like somebody is like hating on you, don't hold that in. Talk to any single one of us on this call, because we are here for you.
Fire.
It's hot. I might have to turn my heater off.
Oh yeah, you're downstairs. Okay. So the next question. So the next question you guys asked was, what is the most vulnerable thing you've shared? So this was a tricky one because of course it was a vulnerable thing that we shared. So it's not always so easy to talk about, but it's all of you guys, and you guys feel like family to us. So it's important for us to share why we share vulnerable things. It's like I said, so that people can relate. If people can connect to your story, people have been through it. Things that we go through are not crazy and different from other people. People can relate to things that we go through. So don't be afraid to share your story. Be real, be you, be authentic, because someone can connect. And when someone doesn't feel like they're alone and they can connect to you, or if they might not have experienced that, but they like the fact that you're sharing your life and your story, and they feel comfortable with you. So share something that's vulnerable to you. So I posted this picture, I don't know, a couple months ago. And I had taken this picture in the mirror, and I wanted people to know that this wasn't just a flex selfie. This was about my relationship with the mirror. This feels weird. So when I was in high school, before college, I was that tiny girl. I was like a 00. I was in high school. I had my boyfriend. I was super excited. But what people didn't know, and this wasn't for people to know, nobody had a clue, was that I would stand in front of the mirror for hours and pick myself apart. I would pick myself apart, and I hated every piece of the way that I looked, even though I was skinny and I was pretty. And my mom noticed that I was spending a lot of time in front of the mirror. And she was really sad, and she said, "Sarah, you're beautiful. Don't ever think any different from that." So I got over that, and it was tough. I hated what I saw in the mirror. And I finally got over that, and then I got to college, and I gained a significant amount of weight. And now people look back and they don't remember me ever being overweight, but I was unhealthy, and I gained 30 pounds, and I'm 4'11", so weight is not evenly distributed on this body. So I gained a lot of weight. I was up 4 pant sizes. Nothing felt comfortable on me. My clothes were tugging. I hated photos. I hated going out. I didn't like the way I looked. So I finally found Beachbody. And Beachbody was what I needed to get my life back. And I had gotten over that crazy feeling of just hating what I saw in the mirror, getting over that, gaining a ton of weight, and I was on a roller coaster. So I started these workouts, and when I say these workouts changed my life, they really did change my life. And now I'm getting stronger, and my goal has changed. So I lost weight, and now my goal is just to become super healthy. And I don't even look at the scale anymore. I don't even care what that is, because I look in the mirror and I'm like, you know what, girl, you freaking did this. You have been working hard, and you show up every single morning. Before work, I get up at 4:30 every morning with these girls. 4:30, and people think I'm crazy, but I'm not doing it at night. So these workouts and this program has changed my life. And when I look in the mirror now, I'm happy with what I see. So this post that I shared was about my relationship with the mirror. It was not about a simple flex. It was about my relationship with myself and my self-love. And that was tough for me to share. Nobody even knew that I went through body dysmorphia. Nobody. I don't even know if my husband knows that that's what I was going through at the time. But my mom knew, and my mom knew something was wrong, and she told me I was beautiful and I was worth it. And I got over that. And what helped me get over all of the roller coasters of weight gain and this and that was Beachbody. And I said, that's why I'm here flexing my muscles in front of the mirror. I'm proud of how far I've come. And that's why I continue to show up every single day for myself, to share something that has completely changed my life. And I know it can change yours too. So that's why it's important for you to share your story and your relationship with yourself, and why you've gotten involved with this company and why you're part of this, so that people can relate and feel a connection to you and your story. And I'm so sorry I got so deep. I almost cried on this story, but it's so true. This is why I'm coaching, because this company has changed my life, and these workouts and you guys and everything has changed my life. Sorry. Whew. I'm okay.
On that note, no, I'm just kidding. I think I am still trying to be real. One of the most vulnerable posts that I've shared, and it's not even this photo here, it was about acne. I've struggled with acne, which obviously has nothing to do with weight loss or Beachbody. But I had struggled with it since I was about 15 years old, and we were going through the ropes. I went to the dermatologist probably every 3 weeks, multiple medications that I've taken since I was 15 years old. It went away for the longest time. I felt so good. I felt beautiful. I felt just amazing. And then I'd overlook my face and look down and then hate what I seen. After that, whatever, you just kind of fall into your little thing. It all came back, and that's hard. I mean, you're past your teenage years, you're into your 20s, you're like, what the heck is going on? But being a part of this has made me realize that I don't need to stand in front of the screen with the makeup on and all of these things. Like, I am here for who I am, and I am trying to make myself better. And this community has showed me that. It wasn't about like the weight loss, and it wasn't about that. It was being me, making myself feel beautiful, being plain, not having all the filters, all the makeup, everything on. That was kind of like my most vulnerable post. But into the actual slide here, I shared this photo in my team page because a lot of girls struggle with how they feel one day and how they feel the next. And every single person feels this way, and it happens multiple times a day. Thank you for being a lady. There wasn't just one thing I could pick out between these two photos. These two photos, like it says, were taken less than 24 hours apart. I felt amazing in that left photo. I was just on fire. My day was rocking. Those days, you just feel like, damn, I'm doing this. And then the next day I go to take my sweaty selfie, and I take like 500 pictures, and I'm like, gross, 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 gross. And literally, you guys, these pictures were taken like 2 weeks ago. So I am still sitting there, struggling with what I still see in the mirror some days. But what I'm trying to overcome that, everybody has roles. Everybody has times. Jordan's knocking on the door. I don't know what's going on. Everybody has times where they don't feel their best. Everybody has that dreaded bloat. Everybody has it. So you don't feel like you're the only one that's alone. Don't feel like every day you have to show up looking perfect, because this is life, and it's okay to feel the way that you're feeling some days. Like, you can't, if you were like feeling like the most bubbliest little whatever every day, people would probably look at you really crazy. So you need to just realize that everybody has their days, and you just need to keep showing up for you. This isn't about the person that's next door. This isn't about the family members that keep judging you. This is about showing up for you and making sure that you are in love with you. And that'll happen when you do this every day consistently, showing up.
Our advice. Now, you guys probably got this from all of the slides, but this is kind of just everything in one spot. Don't give up. Remember your why. Don't ever make the decision for people. You don't know their situation. You don't know their financials. I know right now, with coronavirus and everything going on, a lot of you have felt hesitant to reach out to people because you're nervous that people are not working, or people, everybody's going through something different right now. It is okay to reach out to people. It is okay to talk to people, because you don't know what they're looking for. Like we said, like, people are actually reaching out to us because they need to find something to do right now, and they need at-home workouts. So don't be afraid, and don't make the decision for people, and don't feel weird about it. If you're not approaching it in a salesy way, and you're approaching it in a way that you're trying to help people, then don't feel bad about it, and continue to reach out to people. And then another word of advice is continue to communicate with your team and your coach. Emmy gets text messages from me all the time. Anytime I don't know something, hey Emmy, I have a question. So continue to reach out to your coach and get support from your coach.
My touches on that too. When you are feeling defeated, or you're feeling like you don't want to push anymore, instead of just backing away and kind of going like disappearing, reach out and talk to your upline coach. Honestly, they are there for you. They're not there to judge you. They're not there to like make you feel bad about the way you're feeling. They're there to help you and to support you. If you feel like you deserved something, or if you feel like you don't know why this isn't working, ask them. They are there for you. They want to help you. We want to see you succeed. We want to see you just to feel the way we feel. So don't be afraid to talk to your coach. Our last one's just pretty pictures of everybody.
There it is. Don't forget to be you. Like we said, we're quirky, we're fun, we're different. We have interesting things about us. We have, just everyday life, but we always continue to just show up and be ourselves. And we think that that's the most important thing. So
yeah, don't
share your life, share your spouse, talk about your puppy, talk about your job, talk about how much you love your coach, Emmy and Nicole. We love you guys. But yeah, just be you. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, girl. Sarah, thanks for making me cry.
Sorry. I didn't want to make myself cry, but there's that.
But this was amazing. I hope you all took tons of notes from what they had to say. They're successful for a reason, and that they shared that all with you. So since it is already 8:35 Central Time and 9:35 Eastern Time, I am not going to take any questions. But like they just said, if you guys have any questions at all, don't hesitate to now, because like that's all they're doing. So they would love to answer your questions. So I just want to say thanks for all of you guys hopping on, and a very special thanks to Sarah and Chelsey for sharing this with us. It was so helpful, and Emmy and I love you both so much. We love our entire team. You guys are incredible, and we feel this, like everything that they were saying, on the same level. So thanks for hopping on Sunday night. I hope you guys have a great night. I'll upload the recording tonight because I got to get this out to the girls that weren't on here. So see you later.
Bye.
Bye.